So I received this Nothing Watch Pro, CMF Nothing Watch Pro today, and this was an open box delivered by Flipkart. I just received this manual, this charging cable, and the watch. So this charging cable is magnetic. You just have to, what is it? You just have to attach like this, so it will charge. According to the company claims, it will take like 1.5 hours to 2 hours to charge from 0 to 100%. I'm not sure how long I will make this video today, because if I have to cover each and every video pros and cons, it will take much time. So bear with me, and I will give the timestamps for each and every feature so you can skip to the sections where you are interested in. So let me cover the outer review of this watch, how it feels. So this is the outer watch. It is aluminum. I mean, it is the metal case. It feels very premium. It just feels like a very premium watch, even though the price is just 5,000 rupees. And the band is not cheap at all. This also feels premium. Before owning this watch, I had Amazfit watch. It damaged due to some water issue. So the water went inside it and damaged. So I returned it and bought this one. So when I compare the quality of the band with my Amazfit BPU Pro, that was also 5,000 rupees. The band in that watch was very cheap compared to this. This is very premium. So let's compare. Let's test the feel. I mean, how you actually feel by wearing this watch. I never felt uncomfortable. Today whole day I wore this. I did not even notice that it was on my wrist. So that much lightweight it is. So don't have to worry about it, even though it is made by metal. So this is the digital crown, as you can see. So let's see over the features now. Now we have the exercise and exercise records, heart rate, blood oxygen. Let's open the heart rate. Okay, let's go through the features one by one, and I'll show you in detail. So this is activity score, like how much you have performed. It will give the points out of 100, and these are activities, like how much exercise you have done, how much calories you have done, how much stand up you have done. So this is sleep, and I have slept 6 hours 22 minutes today. So I mean, it's pretty accurate. When I looked at the timing while sleeping and when I looked at the timing while waking up, it was accurate. 7:30 is the time I woke up, and around 12:54 was the time I slept. So it is fairly accurate. This much data it shows. And this is stress. I have enabled 24/7 stress monitoring. So that will actually reduce your battery. So be careful with that. And this is cycle, women periods tracking. I'm not using it. And this is world clock. I have added New York and Sydney for it. I mean, just for a testing purpose. And this is reminder. So in order to set the reminder, you have to go to the app and set the reminder there. You cannot do it from the watch itself. So this is a phone call. This is recents for with whom I have talked, and these are frequent contacts. You can add up to 30 contacts. And this is keypad. If someone gives you any number, if you want to type it there only, so you can do it and call here only. So that's a nice thing. I am not showing the recents because there are numbers over there. I cannot show it to you guys. And this is music, for controlling the music for next track, and this is for volume control. I mean, once the music start playing, then I can control the volume. So that's why it's not working now. This is camera shutter button. Let me show you how it works. So let me open the camera. See, it took the photo, right? So the camera shutter button is working well, and you can even set the timings, like 2 seconds, 5 seconds, like that. So after the timer only, it will capture. Yeah, now it took the photo. So that's how it works. And yeah, this is camera control. This is weather. Weather is kind of very detailed weather. This is the, like in a band like this, it is this like a superior version of a smart band, right? This has some features of smartwatch as well as the band, so that's why I'm calling it as band. You cannot install apps or anything, so that's why I'm still calling it as a band only. So yeah, weather is kind of good. This is breathing. If you want to practice breathing for some time, 1 minute and 3 minute. Wait, why I cannot do this? Okay, you can use this crown to scroll through the menu, so you can do the 10 minutes practice like that. And this is voice assistant. It just wakes up your voice assistant on your phone and do the voice thing. What's the weather?
It will be mostly cloudy with a high of 26 and a low of 21.
So
Right now it's 23 and cloudy.
so when your phone is awake, then it will play the voice assistant feedback from the phone itself. So when your phone is asleep, again I'll test that one. When your phone is asleep, it will say the words from the watch itself. Now I will test again. What's the time?
It is Wednesday, July 17, 2024. I cannot access real-time information, but based on my knowledge, you are currently in Bangalore, India. The time there is 9:13 a.m. IST.
Okay, I'm not sure why it is not playing from the watch. Yesterday it was actually playing from the watch, so I don't know, there might be bug. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. I mean, I don't even use this voice assistant. It just uses the phone, so I'm least bothered about it. So this is stopwatch. You can start, and you can put the, yeah, you can add this time lapse as well. So this is good. And this is timers. There are a limited number of timers option is given, like preset times. If you want a specific time, you can do that also like this. So it's kind of good. Okay, you have to pause it and then reset it. Why it is not working? Okay. I mean, there are some glitches in the app. I will comes to the cons of this watch later. And these are alarms. You can add the alarm here only. You will. I mean, the vibration motor is quite strong, so I'm sure that you will be awake when the watch actually waking you up. Because I woke up when the vibration start. I mean, when the vibration started after the alarm. This is calculator in Nothing Watch 2 Pro. You can do the small simple calculation here only. Plus 2. Sorry. I mean, since the watch screen is kind of small, it's difficult to touch exact button. So the calculator works fine, nothing much. And this is calendar. This is a simple calendar. It doesn't sync up to the Google calendar or anything, so you don't hope for anything. It's just a normal calendar in the Nothing Watch 2 Pro. So this is the current date, 17th of July. You can go to the next month like this by swiping, or even by rotating this crown. See, I went to the 2025 June, July like that. So it's a handy feature. So that's why I said this is like a smart band with some features of smartwatch. And this is flashlight. There is this level 1 and this is level 3 or something. This is very bright. In the very dark situation, it will actually help. Yesterday I used it. Okay. And this is SOS light. If you want to use the SOS light, you can do it. This is red color, orange, yellow, green. So all sorts of colors are there. I mostly use it for flashlight only, this much. And this is flashlight. This is Find My Phone. If you just use this, your phone starts ringing. So that's a handy feature. Whenever you lose the phone, you can use the Find My Phone. And this is settings. So what are the settings are there in Nothing Watch 2 Pro? Watch face settings, you can change the settings here only, and if you want to change certain complication, these are all called as complication. The temperature is there, the steps are there. So if you want to change the complication, you can press the settings button. Let's assume that you don't want battery percentage here, so um, tap on that and choose the steps, so the steps will appear here. And if you don't want the calories distance there, you can choose the calories there. So that's how it works. These are complications. Okay, and let's look at the other settings of this app. This is app view. This is default grid option you'll get. So this is the grid option, and if you want other option, grid default is list, and this is grid view. I'll show you how grid view looks like. That's how it looks like, but I'm not using this because there are no labels for these icons. So when you are using the watch for the first time, you should see the labels, what is what, right? So I'm not sure what this will do, so I need the list option to see the description out of it. So again, I'm changing back to the default list option. So let's go to the display and brightness. So here have set the brightness to automatic, because automatic is kind of good. So the reason why I'm saying automatic is good, because it is working so well. When I go inside my home, the auto brightness works so well. It will set the brightness to the correct level, which doesn't hurt my eyes. And when I go outside the house, it will immediately switch to 100% of the brightness. That is working really well. That's the pro of this watch. Okay, and this is auto screen off. If you want your watch to sleep after 5 seconds, you can use this. Or I'm using it for 20 seconds, so I don't want immediately to sleep. Okay, my brother is messaging. Let me put my phone into DND. I'm putting the watch into DND also. So okay, so that was about brightness and display. And this is AOD. I forgot to tell about this. This is, you can choose different always on display options. There are so many analog and digital faces, but I'm using digital because I want the quick glance of my time. I cannot rely on analog and sit and think what time it is. So you can choose different styles of AOD faces. I'll show you how the AOD looks like. This is how AOD looks like. 24 hours it will stay on. It will consume very less battery. You don't have to worry about the battery. It is just using the low power for the battery consumption. And sounds, sorry, I haven't gone to the brightness and display. And this is another feature about watch, is the double tap to wake. So let me switch off this one and show you why it is important. So now I switched off the phone. I'm double tapping it. The screen is not turning on. Again, I have to do this. Wait. Okay, in the DND mode, the wake to raise will not work. So as I told, the DND mode, the wake to raise will not turn on. So again, let me switch off the DND mode. Okay. So now the wake to raise will turn on. See, the wake to raise turned on. And if you want double tap, it will not work because I turned it off there. And that feature is really important, because you cannot actually wake up your watch by doing like this, right? So I really want my watch to wake up after double tap. And these are sounds you can use it for. I mean, I have actually not enabled the sound because I don't want my watch to ring when someone calls me. So I have put it to silent. And this is do not disturb. Your always on display as well as wake to raise will not work. So you can schedule it. You can schedule it, it will work in certain times. So DND will work from this much time to this much time. So but I have switched it off. And these are quick gestures. So rotate your waist and you can make it open the weather, open exercise. I will come to this again in the cons section. So this is shake your arm, and this is haptic feedback. If you want strong, standard, so I have set it to strong because whenever I'm driving, standard is kind of not that much effective, so I want it to be strong. And this is workout detection. Whenever you're walking for some time, it will say whether to workout sessions to start or not. So again, I'll come back to this for the con section. I have some problem with it. And this is language. If you want to change the language, the regional languages are not there. The only Hindi is there, but many languages are not there. Many Indian languages are not there. And this is system menu. If you want to reset the watch, pair a new phone, power off, restart. And this is user guide. Like if you want to see how to use the watch, you can go to that QR code and do it. So these are the features about the Nothing watch. So let's come back to the pros and cons of the watch. So what a pro I have is the heart rate. Heart rate is kind of accurate, fairly accurate. So I tested with my BP monitor. So I will make another video about the accuracy of heart rate and SpO2 sensor and even the pedometer. That means how much steps you have walked today. So I will make another video today only, dedicated video, because I cannot cover everything in this video and show you to guys. It will become very long video. So and another pro I have with this watch is the auto brightness. As I told earlier, the auto brightness is working really well, so I don't have to tweak this brightness setting every time. So the auto brightness is working very well. And another thing is the call quality. I don't have to stress about this feature. The call quality is impeccable. I have yesterday I picked the call of a delivery guy in the traffic, in middle of the traffic, and I was able to hear him very clearly. There is AI noise reduction feature in this watch, so you can so it will remove all the noise around you and let them hear you clearly. So the call quality is good. That is the pro of this watch. So these are the pros of this watch, and let me come to the cons. This is the main problem I have. The cons is the disconnection. Since I have the Poco phone, it is Xiaomi phone, it is not stock Android or any nothing phone, right? So what it will do is that it will disconnect the watch whenever you are not using in the background. So that is why what I have done, I have kept it in the background and locked it. So using this lock feature, I have locked it. Now let me unlock it and actually clear the app, right? Let me clear the app. Now the watch gets disconnected. Okay. Now as you can see, the red thing is showing. Now the watch is disconnected. This is the problem I had. You cannot do anything about it. You have to lock the app in the background to actually make it work. Okay, as I told, you have to lock it in the background to make it work. So it will. So let me lock it, and even if I clear all the apps, it will stay connected. So let me show it here only. Now the watch is connected. If you are not seeing the red option, then it is connected. So this is kind of a con. If you are using Poco or a Xiaomi phone, you have to lock the app in the background. And even though you have removed the battery restriction, let me show it by going to about, right? So let me go to the about and see the battery restriction. Here's the battery. Sorry, let me go to the battery saver, and here I have put no restriction also. And even though I have enabled the auto start, it is not it is not staying connected if I remove the app from the background. So that is one con I have with this watch. Disconnection is kind of a problem. Okay, and the next con I have is the widgets edit. So I have to open the app for this and show you what I'm talking about. See, I'm kind of a customization guy. Even when it comes to the normal mobile phone apps or anything, for me, customization is the main thing. So if there is some limitation in the customization, I'll get angry about it. So I'll tell you what I'm talking about. So let me go to the widgets. Do you know what widgets is? This is the main screen of the watch. If you go right side like this, so you can see all these widgets, right? So that is what widget means. So here there are widgets, and if I tap on edit and if I choose any widget here, okay, sorry, let me choose any widget here, and there are very limited options. Like for activity, it will just show the stats for steps, calories, standing reminder, exercise time. That's it. There are no other options. I want flashlight. Like I want flashlight to be here, or if I want another app, for example, calculator. If I want calculator in the widgets, I cannot do it. There is no option for calculator. There is just options for cycling, sleep, music, that's it. So there is no option for these things. Blood oxygen is there, exercise records is there, everything is there. Sorry, exercise records is also not there, I think so. So let me check it. Yeah, exercise records is not there. Okay, exercise records is there, but that is not important for me. I want the calculator option to be here only. And if I want the world clock, again I have to go to the app menu, scroll down here. So that is kind of very stressful. And if I want the camera remote here only, you cannot add it. If I want breathing or voice assistant, stopwatch is there, fortunately. So the calendar option, if I want to add, it is not there. So the options are very limited when you want to add it to the widget section here. So if you're a kind of hardcore customization guy like me, then that will be a problem for you. The next option, the next con I have is the workout deletion and detection. Okay, yesterday I was going on a bike and my watch thought that I was cycling, and it asked me whether you want to record this session because we noticed that you are cycling. I was like, I'm not cycling, I'm going on a bike. And there was no option to ignore the notification, right? So what it is supposed to do, whether you want to record the session or not, there was no option to ignore at all. So it recorded anyway. Like there was no option to ignore. I came back to the screen. So after 30 minutes, I was seeing my watch was recording the indoor cycling. So that was kind of a bug, because I mean it is lack of feature as well as the bug. It did not give me the option to ignore the false workout notification, and I recorded this indoor cycling session. Now there is no option to delete it. No option to delete any of your records. Even if you recorded a session, any activity by mistake, there is no option to delete. Now even though I haven't cycled for 30 minutes, it recorded as I cycled for 30 minutes. That is kind of a bug and a feature, lack of feature. So I did not like this at all. So I have emailed the Nothing team, and I have even posted the bug on the complaint on X. So let me see if they fix this in the software update or not. And another bug I have with the Nothing watch is the gesture. That time I told you about the gesture, right? This gesture. Let me show you quick gestures, right? So the quick gestures will not work properly. It is just like it did not work at all. Forget about properly. So this rotate your wrist, I have set it to open voice assistant, and whenever the camera is open to take the photo, and for previous, whenever your music control is on, to switch the previous song, and whenever the call is there to hang up the call, whenever the call comes. None of this work. Even the shake your arm did not. If you just shake your arm like this, so even this one did not work. So there is a bug in the gesture. It did not work at all. Again, I will write an email to Nothing team. Let's see whether they will fix this in the future updates or not. So next next feature I want is last screen save. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now let's assume that I have opened a music player. Okay, now my screen is off. Now let me turn off my screen, and if I turn it back on, it will go to the music. It will not go to the home screen. But I want it to go to the home screen because I was so used to it in the Amazfit watch. So they should actually provide the option to stay it in the last use screen or to go to the home screen. So this is kind of a personal bug I have. If you do not care about it and if you actually find it as useful feature, then it might be good for you. And another con I have is no regional language. To show you what I'm talking about, my mom actually sent me a message on Kannada, right? In Kannada. So let me show you. Okay. So she actually sent me a message in Kannada. So I told her, do not send me on Kannada because my watch will not show in Kannada. It will only show you in English. Hindi it works, but it will not show Kannada, Tamil or Telugu, whatever the other Indian languages are there. So it will appear it as boxes. The box you are seeing it here. So if you send a bunch of text in Kannada, it will not work. It will show a number of boxes. So if you receive frequent messages in regional languages of India, then that might be a problem for you. If you're a North Indian guy who communicate in Hindi, then that won't be a problem because Hindi works on this. And there is no auto DND. In my Amazfit, there was an option for auto DND. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Do not disturb is there. Now if I put always on, then you will not receive any message, you will not receive any call on your watch. It will just stay like a watch. So if I turn it off, then you can receive the calls, you can receive the messages, and you can do the always on display and everything. But I want smart mode. There was an option in Amazfit watch where the DND was working in a smart mode. If you sleep, if it detects that if you are sleeping, then the DND was automatically enabling. Now you have to schedule it. Like I want the DND to work between these timings. So that kind of a lack of feature I would call it. It's not a bug. So it's a lack of feature. They should add it. They have already added in the always on display. Let me show you that one also. In the raise to wake feature. Wait, let me show it. Okay, there was. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, I saw it somewhere in the race to wake. They have actually enabled the smart mode. I'm not able to find it now. Actually, I found it last time. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. AOD watch face in the enable method. So you can schedule it, you can off it, and smart mode. Right, wearing a watch to sleep or detecting that the watch has been taken off will automatically turn off the standby watch face. So if this implement the same feature even for the DND, then it will help, because I don't want to get disturbed when I'm sleeping, right? So that is kind of a good feature. If you're okay with scheduling or turn it on and off manually, then it's okay for you. And another feature I want in the CMF app is the sleep graph. Here you cannot see the graph, like in which time you had the deep sleep or light sleep or REM sleep. It will just show you this stagnant graph. You cannot move it around. In my Amazfit, there was an option even to align the heart rate in the deep sleep, in the sleep graph, right? So it was showing in which time how much your heart rate was. For example, at 5 a.m. your heart rate was 57 bpm. So it was showing the graph. It was drawing the line over the graph and showing you everything. Here it is kind of limited. You cannot like move around and see in which time you had the deep sleep, REM sleep or anything. So this is the sleep data which I was talking about, 6 hours 22 minutes. It is fairly accurate. I actually tested it. Rapid eye movement is kind of low. It is telling that REM sleep is low. I want the REM sleep more. And the core sleep ratio, I don't know what they're talking about. That means the normal sleep without the REM sleep or deep sleep. So yeah, this is, and awake time was 0 because I did not wake up in middle of the night, so that is why it is 0. So it is fairly accurate, but I want the heart rate graph to show on this sleep data. So these are the pros and cons of this watch. I think I have covered most of the pros and cons, and if I want you to show the more, I mean, if I want you to tell more features about this, if you have any doubts, you can contact me. You can put that in the comment section. I think I have covered everything. And this is the heart rate. See, for heart rate, it shows the graph. As I was telling, I want the same thing in the sleep data. So it have enabled the 24/7 heart rate, and even the blood oxygen level, 24/7 blood oxygen level monitoring I have enabled. So that is why the battery is kind of less. As you can see, the battery percentage is 53. Yesterday when I received the watch, I haven't charged at all. It was 95%. So it is reduced like 40%, almost 40% for one day, because I have enabled 24/7 stress monitoring, blood oxygen, as well as the heart rate, and 30 minutes exercise was done by mistake. So that is why it has consumed 40% of the battery. So I will turn off the blood oxygen because I do not need 24/7 blood oxygen monitoring. You can go here and turn off there. So it is kind of a useless feature for me. And auto stress monitoring, I'll turn this also off. Heart rate, it can be there, and you can do the water reminders. If you want to get a reminder for water drinking every 1 hour, you can do it. I don't want it. If I get thirsty, I will drink the water. No big deal. And this is about stand-up reminder. It will actually tell you how much, how many times you have stood up in a day. It will track that and tell you whether you have to stand up or not. So it will remind you every 2 hours like that. If you're sitting for very long. Okay. So these are the features, and I forgot about the contacts. You can add up to 30 contacts in the watch. So you have to add it manually. It will not add automatically. And this is call reminder. If you want the call reminder, you have to enable it. Like whenever someone is calling, you will get the reminder on the watch. You can answer it there only. So these are the features. If you want any particular video, tell me in the comment section. I'll make a short about it and post it immediately, because I cannot go through each and every one of thing, because the time is already 35 minutes. So I cannot cover every feature here. As I told, I have covered pros and cons. That's all it required. So I'm closing this video. If you have any doubts, tell me in the comment section.